Latest Liverpool transfer news. Let's get into it. Before we do, make sure to hit the plus button. Make sure you're following along, subscribing for more. I really appreciate it. Any and all engagement really helps. Let's get into small bits of news. More is probably going to come out in a couple of hours. However, this is the news as of right now. First topic, the man that's behind me, Mahnez Akalice. Getting better at saying that name, only for him to go to PSG. But nonetheless, he has now agreed a 5-year deal with the Paris Saint-Germain squad and the Paris Saint-Germain team. He's going to be joining them with that. It's on club talks are now ongoing following personal terms being agreed. And the reason that I am saying this and describing a Paris Saint-Germain signing is because that now begins to knock dominoes for Bradley Barcola to exit PSG this summer. And this comes from Fabrice Hawkins. You can see that Paris Saint-Germain have reached an agreement with Mahnez Akalice over a 5-year contract. Talks between the clubs have begun. PSG are also continuing talks with RB Leipzig for Yan Diomande, who they have already agreed a 5-year deal with as well. So 2 5-year deals agreed for Akalice and for Yan Diomande, and club-to-club talks are now commencing. This now then opens the door for Bradley Barcola to exit PSG, so keep an eye on that. It probably will drag on until beyond France's World Cup stint, so once France exit the World Cup, be it as winners or be it knocked out in the next couple of rounds, expect the likes of Bradley Barcola's future to be wrapped up fairly quickly. Fabrizio Romano also echoing a similar sentiment, with him now retweeting and doing his whole shtick of just alluding to it and being vague about it, but it is what it is. Grifter's got a grift, I suppose. And then in sadder news, I suppose, Liverpool target Saeed El Mala is increasingly likely to stay at FC Köln, with a move away looking unlikely for now. And there is a major reason for that. It's because his brother apparently has to be involved in any deal. And I don't think any big club is gonna even want to action that or sanction that. And that's going to be a hindrance for his career if he keeps going the way that he's going. Because he is a very good player. And if your entire move to a big side is predicated on the fact of whether or not your brother is also deemed good enough to get to that side as well, you're never leaving Colin. You leave the FC Colin. You're leaving them as a free agent at best, because you'll just never leave. Unless your brother suddenly becomes as good as or better than you, you're never going anywhere. Very weird how these kind of deals come to fruition, but nonetheless. If you like this kind of content, I'd really appreciate a like, a follow, comment. Any sort of engagement really helps. Jump on over to my YouTube. The link is in the bio and the link tree. Subscribe there as well. You're getting a Yankuba Minte video later this evening, so make sure you're there for that. See you in the next one.